Hi folks, welcome to GearFest 2021. I'm Colin Liebich from Oceanway Audio, and I'm here today with Alan Sides, the president of the company, to discuss our new speakers, the Pro3s, which we lovingly call the Fat Boys.
Not too fat, but we think that they're impressive.
Well, let's talk about why we decided to come out with an entry-level product like the Pro3.
Well, we really wanted something, that was also, not only would it meet our specification of sonics for Oceanway products, but would actually be physically the smallest thing we've ever created, that would still deliver the low frequency information that we think is important in today's music, and also be uniform and flat across the band.
Okay, so now let's talk about, being that they are the smallest product we've ever created, why don't they have horns?
Well, of course, as you know, most of our products are very uniquely horn-based with concept horns. It's an expensive process to manufacture those. So in order to make an entry-level speaker, it was quite a procedure for us to get a speaker with just direct rated cones that would actually deliver the performance or come close to the performance that our horn systems do. We could not make anything smaller than our HR5 in a horn configuration.
Gotcha.
So this is the next step that we could do in a physical size that would do what we're looking to create.
So how do they deliver?
Well, I think that they're rather impressive. I mean, you know, they have excellent low bass, they have tremendous definition, and they have that imaging that we're used to, where basically, you know, the two sides are typically within 1¼ dB of each other across the entire band. So if you listen to a voice, it's just dead center. You listen to reverb trails, they're completely audible and clear and defined as they go down left and right. Panning stuff is just immediately apparent that the position is right on because they're so symmetrical in their performance.
Okay, so talking about the culture of Oceanway, how long did it take you to get to the point where we could call this an Oceanway product after testing and listening? And
it's a funny thing, even though this is not necessarily as complex a speaker as you know, our HR5 system is, to get the performance we wanted out of the system took us quite a long time. Yeah. We went through, I don't know how many alterations, because I said we would try this and try that. So unless it could deliver sufficient SPL, have sufficient bandwidth, be uniform between the two speakers, and actually give me, how could I say, have the punch and attack that I think a speaker should have for this physical size, or be better than you would ever expect to hear out of a speaker this size, I think we got something that's pretty unique.
And what were some of the early reactions to people who came in and listened to them?
Well, I think shock. I mean, I've had people from major dealerships and the recording engineers who come in, they sat down and they just said, put a pair of these in front of me, listen to it. And the first thing they say, well, how can it possibly be that big coming out of a speaker?
Yeah, where's
the
subwoofer?
Well, yeah, that's the classic line.
Right.
Because it really does have, and not only does it have low bass, it has really tight, clear bass.
Well, I think that's the signature of Oceanway products in general, tight, clear bass, defined highs, all these types of things.
Well, for me, you know, as an engineer and a producer and a studio owner, for me, I have to have a certain minimum expectation. In other words, because it isn't just myself, is that when I'm balancing and I make it sound great, I want the person behind me to hear it, have them say, that sounds amazing. Right. You know, and if I can't get that, then I don't have a lot of satisfaction in what I'm doing. You know, I need gratification that A, I've done something correctly, but B, I'm delivering a level of performance that impresses not just me, but my clients.
Well, folks, you've heard it here. You'll want to call your Sweetwater SC and hear more about the Pro3s, otherwise called the Fat Boys.